So I want to go out and see if my good friend, Mr. Todd Smith. Oh, I see you, guy. Oh, he's playing with the background now. Oh, I see you, my guy. Yeah, I
I
see you,
figured it
Bishop.
out.
The floor is yours. If you can share with the family, that'd be greatly appreciated. And once you're done, I'm gonna ask you about a few products, and we'll go from there.
Okay, thank you, Andre. Hello, everybody. It's great to be with you. And just by way of update, Andre said, "Tell them what's the latest at Top Shelf." Well, we've been reviewing labels. I know that sounds really exciting, doesn't it? But we've got the formulas approved, and so we're printing the labels for products. We're approving the labels in the pouches. Let's see. In this last week, we approved the label for the Vital Shake. We approved the label for the Sport and Go, the Detox Tea, the Mycelated Tea Tree Oil, and the Muscadine Seed Oil. Those are labels that are approved. Bottles are being filled as we speak, and so they need the labels. So we've got Marin working on design, and then going back and forth with the manufacturer to make sure that we dot our I's and cross our T's and meet everything that's required from a regulation standpoint. But I'm very, very excited about these products. This is the real deal. If any of you or any of the people you're talking to are saying, well, I wonder if it's really going to happen, I'm telling you it's happening. Bottles are arriving in the warehouse. The Detox Tea is a product you're all going to love. You haven't had it yet. But I mixed up some for a coworker. She was struggling with major digestive things. She said, I'm always sick if I eat. And she said, so as long as I don't eat, I'm fine. I said, well, that doesn't sound like a very healthy strategy. And I said, would you be willing to try my magic tea? And she said, your magic tea? I said, well, it's not really magic, but my kids think it's magic because it improves digestion, it reduces inflammation in your gut, calms indigestion and upset stomach, and helps to make you just normal, regular, not one way or the other, not too loose and not too hard. And she said, I'd love to. And so I just made up a sample for her because she's transferring to Wisconsin. And she sent me a message a couple days ago and said, I love this tea. I'm drinking it every day. Get Top Shelf open. I need this. So you're gonna love it. It's a wonderful product that really came about from my daughters mixing and matching and asking for advice until we came up with something that really, really works well. So I'm excited for that. So many people out there struggle with digestive problems, struggle with upset stomach. So many people say, oh, well, I can't eat that. That sets me off. Well, this tea, if you'll drink it in the morning and at night before bed, just takes care of those issues, let your body heal itself with these powerful nutrients. And so that's the plan, is to have products like that where people notice a difference. People say, hey, I'm better off because I have these, and I can get them at a better value here than anywhere has ever existed. And so we're excited about that. We've gone through a lot of the products. I know in the past I was showing some of the bottles. I don't have them here with me. They're at the office. But Andre, which ones in particular would you like me to talk about?
Oh, no problem. Let's no problem. I got your back. I want to talk about this lax. Tell me a little bit about this lax. It says digestive support. And so when would one recommend that?
Okay, so the lax is really designed to be more of a herbal movement product. So if someone's getting blocked up, they're a little constipated, they're feeling like they're not, they got more kids getting on the bus than getting off, then the lax is going to help move that along. But it's not going to work like an X-Lax or something that's going to, make you stay near the toilet. This is going to be a gentle. You start out with a couple capsules and see how that does. If you need a little more, bump it up to 3 or 4. My daughter takes 6 a day. But it's just a natural fiber and herbal blend to help add more substance and cause the body to loosen up a little bit.
Wow. All right. And so the turmeric root. So am I assuming this is just turmeric, the same turmeric from the island of Fiji?
It is. That's the Fijian, organic Fijian turmeric root.
Okay. Now, what about the ginger root? The same thing, pink Fijian, same.
Pink Fijian ginger organic root. Yep.
Wow, we've had a lot of testimonies just from the ginger and the turmeric. And if, for those that don't know, I've always, used to support my digestive when I use the ginger. And I remember before we had this big weight loss craze, folks for 6 months were on just the ginger and turmeric. So what they were doing was getting their digestive system together, right, to be able to absorb these nutrients from the weight loss. And then they were also taking care of their inflammation, which is that warning signal. So between those two, man, they work hand in hand. And now this muscadine seeds and skin, it says the purest grade. For those that don't know, when you say purest grade, what does that mean?
Means there's nothing in there except for the pure muscadine seeds and skins. So they've been freeze dried and ground up, and that's what you're taking. It's just natural muscadine seeds and skins, nothing added. You don't need anything else. But those are powerful nutrients. Not only are they doing what you were saying, Andre, as far as reducing inflammation and improving digestion, rebuilding the villi and the intestines, but the other thing that they do is they help to detoxify the liver and the kidneys. And so as your liver starts functioning, a lot of people have what they call a lazy liver, or where it's just not producing the enzymes, it's having difficulty detoxifying the blood, and then kidneys only working at a certain percentage of function. So this will open up the little blood vessels going into the kidneys, allow the kidneys to flush themselves so they can be a better filter, and everything functions better when the liver and the kidneys are detoxified.
Wow. Now this GTM. Now, I'm assuming it's ginger, turmeric, muscadine. But this Heirloom Botanicals, hopefully I said it right. And if I didn't, just act like I said it right until you call me privately. So tell me about the botanicals, because I'm assuming the GTM is the ginger, turmeric, and muscadine all in one.
Yeah, so Heirloom Botanicals is kind of an explanation or a tag word for plant-derived nutrition. Okay, so as opposed to something that's produced in the laboratory, Heirloom is going back to the old original roots. They haven't been hybridized, they haven't been processed. It's the old root of ginger and turmeric that were discovered on the islands of Fiji. It's the old muscadine, which is the Native American grape. And you're taking those in combination along with botanical minerals, fulvic minerals. So these are a ancient plant deposit of trace minerals. It was actually just plants that kind of got encapsulated and never turned into coal, never fossilized. And that plant fulvic material is being combined in with the ginger, the turmeric, and the muscadine to give us that GTM product, Heirloom Botanicals.
Awesome. Now, what about this bone and joint? I gotta whisper so I don't want my mama to hear me, but the bone and joint.
Yeah, so it's a different. We're talking joints like your elbow, but it's bone and joint. These are the nutrients that the body uses to rebuild bone matrix, bone material, the connective material in our joints, and the hard material in our bones. People think, oh, calcium, that's all I need for my bones. But calcium is one of 78 nutrients that's needed to make healthy bones. And so, we've got it in there. We've got calcium, magnesium, boron, strontium, MSM, a lot of other ingredients that are there designed to help support and promote healthy bone regeneration and repair, as well as the joint bone matrix and connective tissue. I think you're on mute, Dre.
Oh, I apologize. The ATP balance. It says
okay.
Energy and blood sugar support. So talk to me about that.
So this product is designed to help give you energy when you might be living kind of a calorie restricted diet, or trying to detox off of carbohydrates if you've been a heavy carb consumer. This is a product that will help balance your blood sugar. A lot of people, when they diet, they throw their blood sugar out of whack. People who are consuming way too many carbohydrates. This is a product that will help balance your blood sugar, give you the energy you need so that you can get through the day. It also gives you some mental energy and clarity. A lot of different ingredients in there that help with regards to weight loss, blood sugar support, energy.
Awesome. So so weight loss. Go a little bit deeper into the weight loss for me. I want to exercise. I want to cut down some pounds. Tell me some things that how this is going to support weight loss.
So we've been told for many years to follow a food pyramid that has basically been the mantra for organizing American diets for the last century. And these diets are completely wrong. The advice they gave us was completely wrong. It was wonderful for the snack food industry. It was wonderful for the grain and corn industry. Terrible for our health. This is one of the reasons why we are facing an obesity epidemic in America. It's one of the reasons why the American diet is considered one of the unhealthiest diets in the world. Even though we have massive access to massive amounts of food, we're getting empty calories, and empty calories the body saves for a rainy day on our hips and our legs and our bellies. And so this is a problem. And so the healthiest way to eat is to flip that pyramid upside down, and just in other words, take the thing that's in the small triangle, put it in the big area, and vice versa. And so if we will limit our carbohydrate intake, we need to have some carbs, but nowhere near the percentage of our diet that we're currently consuming. And by doing that, the American Medical Association has made fat our enemy. They've told us to avoid fatty foods and avoid foods that are high in fat. Well, I would agree with them that there are certain fats that we should avoid, that they're harmful to us, especially these processed fats, these vegetable oils and things that we're using for cooking that have been saturated and polysaturated and things like that. We should avoid those. However, most of the fats that are available in our diet are actually very good for us, and actually should be the majority of our caloric intake. And so if a person finds themselves not fitting into their clothing, what we need to do is we need to reduce the carbohydrate intake, increase the fat, maintain a healthy level of medium protein consumption, and then lots and lots of nutrition, because the nutrition actually helps to satisfy the body so that you don't have cravings. A lot of times the cravings that we have are because of nutrient deficiencies. So the body goes and it says, well, I remember there was a little bit of this nutrient in this food. And so we eat that food, even though we're not hungry, we have cravings. And it's like pica and cribbing that you'll find in animals. That's one of the reasons why you'll see dogs eat grass or horses eat fence posts and barn doors and things like that. It's because they're after the nutrients in those things. They're after minerals more likely than not. That's why a farmer will put a mineral block out in the field. They let the animals lick and chew on those mineral blocks as much as they want or need, and by doing that, they save them from eating their fence posts and barn doors. And so we are really from a nutritional standpoint not that different from animals. We need essential nutrients. We have to get them when we satiate our body with these beneficial and essential nutrients. Then we reduce the cravings. We stop eating empty calories. We eat when we're hungry. And if we make better choices on what we eat with better ratios of fat, protein, and carbohydrates being very limited, with a high level of nutrition, then the body uses what it needs and gets rid of what it doesn't, and it doesn't keep a store around our midsection. So that's the goal, is to clean up the diet, get rid of those things. The other problem is a lot of the foods on the food pyramid, those grains and things, are very, very inflammatory. And so when our digestive system and our cardiovascular system become inflamed because of all of that consumption of carbohydrate, sugar is extremely inflammatory. Then we get high blood sugar. We get problems through the digestive system. It fuels and feeds the wrong bacteria instead of the healthy bacteria. We've got the unhealthy bacteria growing in our colon and intestines. And these things lead to all sorts of health problems, which then cause more cravings for nutrients. And if we're deficient, we start eating more and more. So again, all of this is kind of a cycle. If we can clean up the diet, increase the nutrition, and change the ratios of what we're consuming, we see amazing improvement in people's health. And when we get people healthy, we see improvement in their body fat percentages as well.
Wow. It's so funny that, in the animal industry, they've tripled the lifespan of the animal industry in dogs. And because when you go and get dog food, you have, nutrition, you have food for medium size, small size, and, large size dog, because they perfectly put the nutrition in there. And therefore, that's why they say don't feed them table food. Don't feed them that. Don't feed them that. The same things that they tell you not to feed a dog that will eat, right? And so how does weight come into play when you're looking at the proportion of how many products you should be taking? So if I'm this weight, should I be taking 3 of these? Should I be taking 6 of these a day? 9, does weight ever play a part into consumption of products?
Yeah, so just like you've got large breed, medium breed, and small breed dogs, right? We've got large breed, medium breed, and small breed humans. And so based on your body size, and I'm not talking about your body size with regards to how much fat is on our bodies. I'm talking about our body structure, right? Based on your body size, you have a certain nutritional necessity or nutritional requirement. And so just like you said, Andre, when you go buy dog food, you'll buy small breed, medium breed, large breed dog food. And what have they done in that? Well, what they've done is they've increased the nutritional elements. They don't increase the amount of food consumed. You notice the bags are the same size. They're determined to be very much the same as far as a caloric intake, as far as the macros. What's different is the amount of nutrition, because a large sized animal is going to need more nutrition, a little bit more macro, but the big difference is the amount of nutrition per ounce of consumed food. And so you're getting a higher potency of nutrition with the large breed. However, the reason they change it is because you don't need as much for the medium and you don't need as much for the small, and they adjust the macros accordingly as well. But the idea for humans is that as you get older, you're going to need to, as you get larger people, you're going to need to take a larger percentage or a higher percentage per body weight of nutritional elements. So if you are 100 pounds, you're going to take this dosage. If you're 200 pounds, you're going to take double that. If you're 50 pounds, you're going to take half of the 100. It's gauged according to body weight. It's not done that often, and it's not really said on the label, because the labels will say take 1 to 3 or take 2 to 4. But if you are a larger person, you want to be higher on that scale of 4. And if you're a much smaller person, you'll be down on the lower end of whatever that scale is on a daily basis.
Wow. No, that's all good stuff. I've heard a lot of folks are we having lifestyle challenges. I love that name, lifestyle challenges, because that's what it is. It's a lifestyle. This has to be every day. It has to be a way of life. And so we'll be working on that to keep it simple, but at the same time, let's have some fun. It's just so grateful. I'm so grateful to, just really have some stuff. Now, I know the Sport and Go is coming. Talk to me about protein. What are we going to do about protein? You have folks that work out and they might want some protein, some good protein. So if you can share the plans, and then we'll start to wrap this thing up so we can get out of here before 8:30.
So we'll have the Vital Shake in the beginning, which is more a high fat, medium protein, low carbohydrate shake.
Okay.
It's more along the lines of a keto shake. We will have that at the start.
Mhm.
We are working right now on formulating some that are more a little bit higher protein. In order to for those who are looking for a higher protein, especially if you're working out and exercising and want to build more muscle. We don't have that finalized yet, but that's coming. And so we look forward to that. Actually been talking to some folks about a protein bar. So there's some fun ideas there that as we grow, we'll be able to do more with. Um, this is not the same kind of protein that you're talking about, Andre, but I'm looking at a formula right now and trying to come up with a spike protein formula. This is a formula to counter the effects of COVID and COVID vaccines.
Ooh.
So anybody who is suffering from long COVID or from the vaccine, some of the complications that people have had from the vaccines,
Ooh.
there's some cutting edge research on this, and I'm actually very excited about it and think we'll be able to come up with something quite quickly.
Woo! You snuck that one in there, buddy. Oh man, that's enough to let Mike gets it, man. Man, I'm just thinking, how many people are struggling right now who have no answer, and nobody's really loud and proud. You have your regular nutritional, this berry, and it's not next level stuff. And so with the background information that we have, along with the products, and one thing I did notice that everything but the ATP balance is 180 capsules. What made you go all the way to 180 capsules? Because before we used to 30, 60, maybe 90, but you have 180 capsules on all of these bottles, man. I mean, this is amazing.
So the Top Shelf Nutra philosophy is, what can we do to make these powerful formulas more available to more people? And so what this whole system is it allows each of us to get a lower per dose price. Now, we have to buy a little more at a time, right? You're buying 180 capsules, but your price per capsule is less. It's like half or less of anything else in the marketplace. And so, you're buying a little more bulk, but by doing that, you're saving a great deal of money. And so that's the philosophy that some of the businesses like Costco and Sam's Club have gone after, saying, look, you can't come and buy one, but you can buy three, right? And that's what it is. Instead of buying a 60 count bottle, we're able to save costs by not paying for three bottles and three labels and three lids. And the manufacturers love it because we do a little larger POs with them, right? So they give us even greater savings on the manufacturing. And so as we save money on the manufacturing, we're able to just share that directly with our family, with the Top Shelf Nutra family. And so rather than, for years, as I've met with people and counseled with them on what to do for their health, the answer is always, well, we'll do it for mom because mom's the most sick in the family. And then the rest of the family has to go without. Well, with these formulas and this philosophy, because the price is so low, everyone in the family can get healthy. Everyone in the family can avoid disease. And so that's the kind of the philosophy and strategy behind it, Andre. And I'm very, very excited because we're saving families, right? We're not just individuals who are the most sick. We're not just working with the most troubled, but we're now able to prevent these things from happening because someone who is sick is going to notice improvement, but all the people in that family are going to say, look, if it's good for mom, it's good for me, right? And they don't want to get to where mom was. And so they're able to just jump in and use, the same products and get the same benefits.
Wow. Man, you know how much, you know how many people have hid their own products from their family members and forgot where they hid them because it just wasn't enough to share it. And so you thought you had a 30-day supply, but because people wanted to use your supply, it became a 15-day supply or a 10-day supply. So you've taken that off the books. And so also once you sign people up, make sure you verify, make sure they verify their account, you know. And so it's very important that once they verify, go right to their email, boom, get the verification code, put it in, and make sure they finish the transaction of actually paying for it so they can be locked in until the family structure. They're not locked in. And so if you have a blue in your account, that means it is not, if it just says V verified, it's only verified, but it's not paid. And so make sure we get rid of all of the blues and make sure we get to the greens and we make it happen on another level. But I'm fired up, Mr. Smith. Thank you so much for doing what you have to do. That spike protein. I knew, I said, oh, he playing dirty now. Bishop is playing dirty. And we get the opportunity to get it out there. Man, this is just a dream come true. Thanks, everybody.
Great Zoom.
Great evening, everybody. God bless. Thank you.
Great Zoom.
Great
Andre.
Zoom.
Love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great information.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Andre, Todd.
Thank you.
Virgin
Awesome
Islands in the
information.
house.
Come on, Virgin Islands. Let's go now.